When I first heard about the opportunity to share my story, I wasn't going to do it. In a weird way, I didn't think my story was worthy of sharing, or that I was in a good enough place to be sharing my life. Don't get me wrong, God has done some amazing things in my life and completely just blessed me beyond belief. He's healed me when I was broken physically and mentally. He has given me the wisdom to make hard decisions, and He has surrounded me with friends, family, and roommates who challenge me, encourage me, and just love me. But I think all Christians have mountaintops and valleys in their relationship with God. There are moments when we feel intimately connected to Him, and moments when we feel like we're blindly walking through the valley. I didn't originally want to share because I feel like I'm going through one of those valleys right now. I'm not sure what God has in store for me next, but as I was doing a quiet time this afternoon, I realized that's okay. That God can teach us just as much in the valleys as when we're dancing on the mountain. Um, Oswald Chambers says, "Why shouldn't we go through heartbreaks? Through those doorways, God is opening up ways of fellowship with His Son. Most of us fall and collapse at the first grip of pain. We sit down on the threshold of God's purpose and die away of self-pity. And all so-called Christian sympathy will aid us to our deathbeds. But God will not. He comes with the grip of the pierced hand of His Son and says, 'Enter into fellowship with me. Arise and shine.' If through a broken heart God can bring His purposes to pass in the world, then thank Him for breaking your heart." I may not have the clearest direction right now, but it doesn't change what God did. He died for me at all stages of my life. It's when I feel lost or confused that I'm reminded just how desperately I need God. I look back now at the times when I felt closest to God, and it was when I couldn't see around the next corner, or when I was going through trials. It was waiting impatiently for an injury to heal in high school, and then seeing God do awesome things in my heart and my teammates in the process. It was wrestling with where to go to college, and 2.5 years later, not being able to picture myself anywhere else. It was getting sick in Africa this summer, but then seeing the love of my teammates. It was feeling lost this morning and opening up to the perfect verses in the Bible. I guess what I'm trying to say with all this is that being a Christian doesn't promise an easy life, but it's sometimes when we are most broken that we see God the biggest. I wouldn't change the times when life was unclear or hard, because God makes us stronger through it. At least I know He's made me stronger through it. Jeremiah 17:7-8 says, "But blessed is the man who trusts in the Lord, whose confidence is in Him. He will be like a tree planted by the water that sends out its roots by the stream. It does not fear when heat comes. Its leaves are always green. It has no worries in a year of drought and never fails to bear fruit." Friends, our circumstances don't change our God. I challenge you to be rooted in Him and take joy in both the mountains and the valleys. I desperately want to know God better, and sometimes for me to know Him better, He has to show me how much I need Him.